Hi everyone, this is a video on how to plot points on the coordinate plane. The first thing I want to talk about is the coordinate plane. We have 4 sections here, and we're going to call this one quadrant 1. And where this one's quadrant 1, where x is positive and y is positive. X is positive and y is positive. So we have a plus here. Okay, and the next one, we're going to go counterclockwise, and we have quadrant 2. Quadrant 2 is where x is negative. This is your negative values. So x is negative, but y, this is the y part, is positive. So this is your y values here, and this is your x. So when I plot here, this would be positive 1, 2, 3, 4, and so on. On the negative side, and this is 0, this is your origin. We have negative 1, negative 2, negative 3, and so on. For the y, we go up to be positive 1, 2, 3, and so forth. And when you go down, it's negative from 0, and so forth. Okay? So when we go to quadrant 3, my x here is negative, so I'm negative x, but my y is negative as well, so I have negative. So this is the negative x, negative y. So in quadrant 3, we have both negatives. Now in quadrant 4, go back around. My x is positive, but my y portion is negative. Okay, so remember, you start in quadrant 1 and then go counterclockwise around and to get your points. And our origin is right in the middle here. And that point is 0, 0. Okay, so let's plot some points. Or let's label some points. We have point A. So A, right here, I want to know what my x is and my y. So since I always go x first, so from x we're going to the left. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So that's negative 6. And you put negative 6 here. X always goes first. Then we're going to go up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So my y would be positive 5. We went to the left on x and we went up on 5. So that's that point. So B is in quadrant 1. And if you can think of it as quadrants, we know both the points are going to be positive. So we're going on the x over 2 to the right 2, and we're going up by 3. So this is 3, 5. We're going up by 3. So that's that location on the coordinate plane. Now for C, we're in quadrant 4. As you recall, I'm going to go back here. Quadrant 4, my x is positive and my y is negative. So in quadrant 3, I'm going to plot my x, and that goes 1, 2. So we go over 2, and we're going down 1. So that's negative 1. Okay? D is not in a quadrant. So it's not in a quadrant, so we can't call it in either quadrant. D, X doesn't go right or left. We're at the origin here. It just goes down. So my X component is 0. My Y component, we're going down. So this is -2, -3, -4, -5, and this is -6. So we put -6. All right. And then E is in quadrant 3. And that, if you recall, in quadrant 3, both values are negative, your X and your Y. So for 3, we're going to E. This is this one right here. So we're going to, this is -6, so this one's -5. I'll put it there. So my X is -5. And my Y, we're going down 1, so it's -1. All right? And F, it's probably hard to tell, but F is on the line here. It's hard to draw on an iPad. And this would be -6. So we do the Y first. This is -7, so this would be -8. So my X is -8, but we aren't going up and down. So it's not in any quadrant. There's no quadrant for that. And we stay at 0, so that would be -8, 0. And that's just how you plot them. Just write down your X first. X is your horizontal, and Y is your vertical. Okay, and now I'm going to plot these points. So again, excuse the drawing, but it's hard to draw on this. So I'm going to do this. And I'm going to plot 3, -4. So what we're going to do, we're going to go over 3, 1, 2, 3, and down 4. So -1, -2, -3, -4. And then I go down, or over and down. So that's that point. Let me put this in purple. So that's the purple one. Okay, let's plot -1, -2. So the X is -1, so we're going here. And -2 would be go down 2. And I'll do that one in red. So you're right there, and I'm kind of going to draw over the 2 here. So we went over to the left 1 and down 2. So that's -1, -2. Now let's plot 2, 1. You go over to the right 2 and up 1. And we're going to plot this point. And that would be 2, 1. And now we're going to plot -8, 0. So we go on the X first. So you go -8. So that's -1, -2, -3, -4, -5, -6, -7, -8. And then it's 0, so we can't go up or down. So we're just going to plot that as right on the axis. So that's on the x-axis. This is the X. This is your Y. And this was in blue. And it's pretty simple. And again, don't forget, quadrant 1, as a review, quadrant 1, quadrant 2, quadrant 3, quadrant 4. X comes first. So quadrant 1, X and Y are both positive. In quadrant 2, X is negative, Y is positive. In quadrant 3, they're both negative, X and Y. In quadrant 4, X is positive and Y is negative. X always comes first, then Y. The parentheses here mean it has to be ordered. So it's very important, the order. Okay, the next video is going to be finding a domain and range and looking at tables, mappings, and sets for relations.